I haven't updated the
Hey,
plugin.
everybody, I am Big Will. You already knew that because it says it, right there. And with me, I have a couple friends of mine. I have both the initials, JP and JB.
How you
And they
doing?
both kind of look the same. They both have the facial hair here and absolutely
Yeah, I'm
nothing
about
here.
to be there. I'm getting there, so
Yeah.
we're very
Got the shine going tonight,
yeah.
Well, anyway, neither one of you really know what I'm doing other than what I was like, hey,
we're like, let's hang out.
Let's hang out. Yeah, sure. I'm cool. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
But anyway, the reason I always like having someone to play off of. So that's the main reason why I thought to invite anybody. But the reason I invited you guys was, JB, you had a bit of a rough time last night, as well as we all had a rough time over the weekend. And JP is doing a stream for 1,000 subscribers that he finally reached tonight, and I'm not going to be able to make it. So that's why I chose you guys to come and join me.
Man.
And it looks like we got Unruly Simeon. And hey, Mike, what's going on, buddy?
Unruly.
Oh, you know what I can do here? Check this out. Let's see if this works.
What we got?
You just all this cool stuff we got jumping here. Let's show the chat.
Oh yeah.
I can
Wrong button. I meant to do that.
I was gonna say,
chat clear. There we go. Chat clear. We'll make it bigger. We'll see. And let's check out the peeps in the chat. We got a couple peeps in the chat. No, you don't got to keep it on me. Put me smaller again.
Like a giant.
I am. I'm just saying.
Oh man! All right, I gotta move it.
Anyway, as you can tell by the title, it is update or channel update, and then talking with friends. Those guys are the friends. You already figured that part out. And the update isn't nothing major. You're hiding, JB.
What's going on, Captain?
But anyway, this is not planned to be a nice structured video, just so you in the chat.
As you can tell.
We're just
structure.
Yeah.
All right, let me get a straight face again. We'll start all over. Right. Let's do I'll do it straight face this time.
Okay, ready?
All right.
Hey everybody, I'm Big Will. We're not going to start all over again. Anyway, the channel update is me just letting you guys know. When it comes to money, health, and some other stuff, with the way things are with me, I can do pretty much whatever, but it takes extra time. So I'm hoping before this year's out, I'm going to move this operation into another room, and I'll be able to have an actual backdrop. I don't know if you ever noticed, but my backdrop is horrible because there's a lot of depth, and it's just like the doorway out, to the back, where you guys have your comics set up and your walls a lot closer.
Yeah,
that's what I need.
I have a little mini backdrop.
Yeah, hey, it works. And when you do your other videos, you buy like the bookshelf.
Where is the bookshelf in relation to where you're at right now? Is it on your left or right? It's right there. It's just so simple that you tilt the camera, you got a whole nother backdrop, a whole nother show.
Yeah, I don't have that, so I'm going to make one in another room and move all this over there. And hopefully, like I said, that'll be in the next couple months, hopefully. But if not, it should be for sure by the end of the year. And
JB's having too much fun.
He just has so much stuff he wants to use it.
So many toys on this damn thing, man. I can't stop.
But anyway, I'm gonna get me a background with comics and stuff like that. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I asked for people to donate a bunch of trades, and I was going to go down to junior high. Okay, well, with health stuff with me and the COVID problem, we had to push that
keep
back.
Your books. You're like, dude, keep your books.
We had to push all that back. So what I'm going to do is, before September's out, I'm going to gather all the books, which I still have, and I'll throw in a few of my own, and I'm going to take them to a junior high, specifically a junior high instead of a high school, and donate them all to a library. And the library will not have anything like that to start with. So it'll be a completely new section, basically, that the library will have, because we never had that when I was growing up, and we still don't have that around here. You can't get a graphic novel or anything at the library, of your school around here.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be really cool because
How much stuff did you get? How many? Did you get some good stuff?
I got almost what I asked for. I got almost 100 trades.
Holy moly!
Yeah, and I got a few people just gave me money, so that's what I'm gonna have to buy some trades with that.
Okay.
But I can get a special deal and get some discounts, so I should have about 100 trades to donate.
Nice.
So it'll be a nice little section.
Heck yeah. That's going to be great reading. That is going to be great reading. That I bet you that stuff gets checked out more than anything.
Oh yeah.
And stolen.
It gets people into the library. That's step one. Gets them into the library to read other stuff. And it also helps the ones that can't read very well to read, because a lot of kids learn to read from comics. And I guarantee you can learn to read better through comics, because it was because of my reading The Adventures of Superman and The Incredible Hulk that I know how to spell incredible and invincible. That's how I learned that.
That's awesome. I agree with you. As a child, that I was not a big reader. I was in a private school, and I was not digging the reading materials. But my dad, was doing the comics, and I was digging it. And he's like, "Hey, as long as he's reading, I don't care." I remember him being in a parent-teacher conference, telling the teacher that he's reading. I'm all right with that as long as the kid's reading. And I'd play out the parts because I was a pseudo actor as a child. So, as I was reading the comic book, I was at many voices of.
Yeah. And then the other thing, what's up, Big O, that I wanted to mention was, I don't know if anyone's caught wind of it yet, but I've decided to use comics as a business.
Well, yeah.
I love going and hunting. I love buying and selling and getting deals for people. So I'm going to try and have that be an actual business. As in, I got to go and get a license here next week or two, and like for real, legit business. I have 71 books out graded right now.
Holy moly, bro. That's a lot of books.
That I'm waiting to come back on, that I will sell to all of you.
Wow.
And I also, Micah, we did that box for him.
Yeah.
Well, we sold 4.
Oh.
And that was it. And we could eventually sell them all, but he had a certain level that he wanted to hit and everything else. So if you look on my channel, both of the videos I did concerning that, I have closed wrote on there. And how we did them was we had them all boxed up already, the losers, and then all of them that had a winner, like one of the chase books, we boxed up separately. So he was able to give out the 4 books, winner, loser, winner, loser. So there's some people that won some great books, and 3 of the 4 I've heard from, and they're satisfied or ecstatic with what they got. Okay. So that's great. But we went ahead and closed that, and I wound up trading some stuff to him so that he has a nice book that takes care of the money he would have been out, and I got all the other books without having to spend cash. So I've added my stuff. I've added my stuff in with his stuff, and I've created something that as long as supplies last, I will have it for sale constantly. I call it, "Are you ready? Are you ready?" Here we go.
What is it? Hold on.
Yeah. A 40/40 box. You give me $40, I give you 40 books. The guarantee is you get 40 books every time. 40. And every one of them is bagged and boarded.
Oh, we can have some good thumbnails with the 40 too.
That's it. Yeah, I've already thought about it. 40. I would have done a 50/50, but the way I package, I can't get 50 without sacrificing the packing into a medium flat rate. So I went with the 40/40, and then of course there's all the whiskey references and other things you can do with that.
Yes, so, I like the 40. The 40 is gonna be nice.
And there's one box, the last one I put together. I don't remember what's in it. I think it may have a Silver Age book. I'm not sure. I honestly have no idea what's in it other than 40 books. But it already has an address on it, and the address goes to some guy in Discovery Bay, California.
Hey,
There you go.
you know
I'm gonna
about
do-
that.
is I'm going to send it to you, and if you will use it in your mystery box challenge or just
Oh,
as an opening of a normal show, as long as you open it on air, you can have it.
Oh,
You
that's
don't owe me
guaranteed.
anything.
Come on, man. You know that's a simple one. Is Mary? I'll even give it back to you. You ready?
But-
What?
So anyway, I've already got one ready to go, and I'll be shipping it soon. And I also am writing the date, like the month and the year on these, because I imagine I'll be doing this for a while if all things go well. So August of 2020 is written
Real
on the box, as well as
40,
40, and I'll be sending it to you sometime this
Big Will,
week or maybe next week.
Quick question: at the $40 price point, what is it you think you're competing with?
I
'Cause, you know,
don't
when
know
I'm doing
where.
when I do the thing, I kind of do them. They group them in by
Well,
dollar amount.
It really doesn't matter because here's the thing:
It's
$40.
really, you just want to know if people are happy or not.
Hey.
That's the bottom line. I'll put it. I'm gonna put it in the
Is that
comparison.
expensive? $40
Yeah.
isn't very expensive for a box. That's what Comic Tom is right now.
Yeah.
That's what his
Okay.
is up to now. Is $40?
Yeah, if you go in now, it's $39.99.
Wow.
If you get a Marvel exclusive, though, it's still worth it to me.
Wow.
but-
I've been in for almost a year and a half now. Whatever,
so you
however
got
long
the
I've been in
grandfather.
this game. Yeah, I'm grandfathered into
Yeah.
that good price.
But anyway, so $40, good price. Yeah, it's not very expensive. Okay, well, what do you get for it? 40 books.
Yeah. That's a lot of
If
books.
they're all dollar books, you've made your money back.
Yeah.
So there's almost no way I can have a bad customer experience.
Because
know,
inevitably there's going to be some 3s and 5s in there, right?
I can tell you right now, had I not been pulled aside and said, "Hey, do you want to participate in the auction for the comic Jabroni?" Had that not happened, this would have been one of the books in one of those boxes.
Let me see.
It's Spider-Man
Yeah, that's
number
what I'm
1.
talking about.
In a CGC
Damn.
9.8, it sells for $200. But it's not worth my time to go through all of that. So some of these boxes will have probably $50 to $80 in value, but I'm not guaranteeing that. It's 40 bucks. 40 books, $40. That's it.
Like a Mega Bueller box kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of. But I'll just plan on selling them constantly as supplies last. So as far as the talking with friends, that'll last for probably another 20 minutes. But as far as the channel updates, that's all I got. What do you guys think?
That's pretty good.
I need to think
Now, I got a
about.
question about I got a question about the business. Okay. So
Go ahead.
is YouTube the primary outlet, or are you doing like an eBay store? Or are you doing are you going to start putting stuff on Instagram?
Not-
Or what other outlets do you plan on utilizing, or are you strictly going to be in the
The
my
answer to
specific
that
auction
question is-
game?
Yes.
Very clear.
I
Very
would,
clever.
for
All of it.
bigger
All the
stuff,
above.
for bigger stuff that has a big margin,
Mhm.
eBay's your best bet because you can take the hit of that huge fee, and
Which
you
is
can
how
get
much?
over 170 million people to look at
To
it.
look at it. Yeah.
But yes, the main thing would be interacting with people through the YouTube. I plan on doing an auction once a month as long as I can. I got one
you're
scheduled
sticking-
for the 31st, and yes, I'll do a few through Instagram.
And your auction is different from everybody else's, right? I
Yeah.
mean, if there's anybody who's watching now or you're watching on the rewind and you're like, well, what makes this different? Let us explain. How many lots do you get through in an hour of your auction?
Probably on average between 12 to 16 lots.
12 to 16 different books or lots of books are going to come up within the hour. In the other auctions, when you're waiting for the inevitable fold, you can you'd be happy to get 4. You'd be happy to
I
get
know.
4 rounds in an hour.
I've
You'd be
actually checked the
happy to
average
get
on
4
that.
rounds in an hour.
The average is between 5 and 8.
Yeah, okay. But some of the ones I've seen some stuff go. I've
It's
seen
go
one
forever.
lot go 30 minutes for one lot. And you're like, dude, I don't even want this
I
book.
want-
Can we get on to
I was
something else?
watching one. I kid you not. I was watching one the other night, and they had these books on there, and they were selling, and the timer went off as I left the house to take the dog for a walk.
Timer was off.
Came back 25 minutes later.
Still going.
That one was still going, and it was only $5 higher than when I left.
So let me point out the point that I'm trying to make to anybody watching or anybody watching on the rewind is getting 3 times as many lots or even twice as many lots is a much more entertaining auction. So how does he accomplish it? I'll let him describe it. What makes your auction different? How can you get that many lots that quickly?
Well, it's simple. I would rather sell you 3 different books and not make as much as I could rather than selling you in the same amount of time 1 book and squeeze every dime out of it.
And how do you accomplish this, though? What is the method?
What happens is the traditional auction, which is fine, love them. I've been on them myself. The traditional auction, someone will say, hey, I have this CGC 9.8 Wolverine #1 Raza variant, and it's going for this starting bid, and then you would wait. And then people would have to fold, and then you would wait and see who are your last 2 people, and then you would take and wait for one of them to fold, but anyone could jump in at that time.
Yeah, if nobody hasn't folded, some new schmuck can walk in out of the blue and say, hey, yeah, I'm down on that, and then he goes for another couple minutes.
Which is perfectly fine.
Totally fine.
The value of this book in a 9.8, if you get $56 out of it, you're at the top end. You'll probably get $55 or $56 out of it at the traditional auction. But here's mine. I say, hey, everybody, this is Big Wheel here, and I have a 9.8 Raza variant Wolverine #1. Its starting bid is $10. You have 2 minutes. Go. And
That's
2
it, 2
minutes
minutes.
at the end of that, it sells for whoever has the highest bid. If that's $30, it's $30. If only one person bid and it's 10, I sell it for 10, and then I move on to the next thing.
Now, let me explain to the people who are watching what that means. So in the live chat, you've got a live chat, just like you see right here. He puts in start, and people can bid. And when he puts in end, the last bid, the highest bid above the word end wins. The next bid after the word end can be $50 more. He don't care. It's not in there. It needs to be in between the start and the end, which means you're not bidding the next dollar. You're bidding like against the clock as you are on eBay. And your next or last bid, let's be your best bid, because it's not going to be $1 that beats the next guy. I'm just throwing that out there. It's really fun to watch these auctions. So I do recommend Big Will's auctions. And I think that you have a really good business plan. I just want to see how it executes.
And the another thing that I would recommend is, even if you do the traditional auction, which, like I said, is fine, I would recommend using a stop line when you're for sure done with it, because that also ends on confusion, because you don't have to rely on the trustworthiness of anyone. All you have to do is make sure you're on live chat and refresh, and you can see who says what or who bids what before and after that end point. So no one can say, hey, you didn't see my bid, or hey, I was in time when the bell rang. I really recommend, even in the traditional auction, having that end time so you can put aside any bickering.
Are you watching the chat here? People are bidding.
I did. Michael
Folding, lightweight.
Michael the Fold of the Snipe. I love it.
But anyway, and I always have a few giveaways. There's a few giveaways with a few of the purchases, which I hide behind the book. And there's always one giveaway during one of my auctions that anyone can participate in as long as you're in the live chat. Oh, by the way, this is going to be that giveaway book.
Hey, there you go. That's kind of cool. 9.8. So you even know he's giving away $56 ish.
Yeah, so that's how I do my auction. And it stems from the fact that I have fallen asleep before, just like Roman Curtis has. And
I have too, man.
Because of the surgeries I've had and my health and everything, I can't sit for more than 2 or 3 hours without starting to hurt. So I have to have it at a shorter time. So my auction lasts 2 hours, or until I sell everything I planned on selling, whichever one comes first. I'll never go above 2 hours.
It's a cool format. I dig it.
I think it's a fantastic format, and it's just you
Yeah,
And
it's me.
occasionally you have like maybe you might have somebody else sell with you, but most of the time it's just you, right?
I have had one other person selling one time. It was Barbarian Kung Fu. We still managed to get through 15 lots, although it wasn't 15 me. It was 15 between the two of us. And we ended it in 2 hours.
Nice.
And let me give an example, again. This is weird because he actually will break down. We had a show where he broke down all 15 lots, and let's say 3 of the 15 he actually lost money on. Now, in the traditional auction, he would probably not have lost his money because it would have come up those extra 2 or 3 or 7 or $10, whatever it needed. But you don't care. You want to move on to the next lot and keep it moving.
And he has 15 lots in a regular auction where there's 9 sellers. That
you might get 4 turns. You might get 3 or 4 turns. Or in the big long 8-hour auction, you might get 6 or 8 turns. I tell you what, that's why I can't do those. I just did this mainframe thing on Sunday, and I had to take Monday off. I may look young, but I ain't. I cannot sit in this chair. And everyone, you got the nice chair? Guess what? These are gamer chairs. I'm not a gamer. I'm an old man. This thing is not good to sit in for 8 hours.
But thank you for saying you like my auction, Tina. But keep in mind, I'm not down in the other auctions. I don't want to sound like that guy. I just don't have the kind of time. And I need to make a profit because most of these other auctions, the guys, they're not looking, they don't have to make a profit. You can tell they want to make you have a good deal and get some cash so they can buy something else, which is fine. I've done that myself.
Awesome.
But I also now have
look at each other. It's ridiculous
to give you a deal and make myself a profit. So I've got to.
I really look at it. I was looking at if anybody ever just looked at their PayPal history, I'm trading books with people. I'm trading books with all the people in the community, literally, because I'm using that money that I'm selling books to go buy more books, and then I'm selling books to go buy more books from the people in the community. And it's crazy.
Yeah, but I recently got some stuff in that'll be for auction that I hunt down and I find stuff at a deal.
I got another question about the you said slabs. How many slabs you got out there right now?
I have 71 books right now being graded. I have another, I think 20 here ready to go for sale. And then there's my PC, which is about another 25 books.
That's a lot of graded books. Now, question, are they all graded at the same place?
No.
So,
most of them will be CGC. A few of them I sent to CBCS. Then I found out they're great at grading. Their new cases look great.
And
they have 2 problems.
What is that?
They have horrible customer service because it's outsourced. And right now they're behind in pressing 8 to 10 months.
Why are you sending it to them to press?
Come on. We have so many great pressers in our community, man. Amazing pressers in the community.
I use them, but there's certain books that they're delicate, and it takes a lot for me to trust someone. And most of these guys do not have insurance to cover something if something happens. You're just having to trust that they're professional, which I do for most of the time. But again, I would have probably swallowed my pride on that if I had known about the length of time ahead of time. Yeah. But yeah, I do. I got 5
satisfaction is guaranteed. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Strictly Comics, right there.
I was going to say, I thought Strictly was actually insured. DS is insured.
Never used Strictly. I got 5 books.
And he'll submit them. He'll submit them for you. He actually submitted. I bought.
Yeah, Erod
constantly chasing this. I bought one of these. I said, don't ship it to me. Send it to Strictly. I want you to press it and send it because I'm chasing the 9.8 again because I don't have one. So he goes, your book's back. Okay.
Let's see if I can 5 books at Erod, and he's going to send them to CGC for me because what I did was I went ahead and printed out my order form.
That's what I do.
Packing slip, and I sent it. And I got one at Geek Aficionado. Jimmy's doing one for me, and he's going to send it in for me too.
Very
Oh,
nice.
yeah,
DS has 10 books, and I printed out the CGC label, so it's save ship one round of shipping. I ship to him, he presses, cleans, ships to CGC.
And 3 books that are at CBCS are there because I have to have signatures verified.
Yeah.
And then another 2 are there because they were the only place at the convention that could do the witness sig, so I had no option.
Gotcha.
But yeah, most of it's pre-screen 9.8. 50 of them are pre-screen 9.8. And I have another 25 ready to go once I get a
pre-screen 9.8.
Yeah.
But you got to do 25, so.
Man, that's a lot of books.
So,
that's a big investment.
Yeah, it is.
That's a big investment.
It's $517 if you do the cheapest amount you can with 25 books for the pre-screen. I've got at least 3 that are guaranteed 9.8s that are worth $150 or more in a 9.8. So I'm okay there. And then there's one that Erod has that should be a 9.6. Worst case, hopefully it's a 9.8. And if it's a 9.8, it's a $500 book. I paid less than $20 for it.
Yeah.
Oh, winner, winner.
Winner,
Even if it's a 9.6, you're winner.
Yeah. So I'm
9.4. Fuck.
I'll be okay. But right now I'm just in the lull of when you get started, you have to wait until you get your first batch of books back, and then you can have it like on a rotation. Right now I'm in the lull of I'm waiting for the first ones to get back, which they should get back hopefully before my auction that's scheduled for the 31st. JB, did you ever find out if you'd be able to or not?
I have no idea. No, I didn't find out. Is it a Saturday? Tell me what day of the week it is.
It's Monday at
Monday.
7 o'clock, the 31st.
Ooh, 7 o'clock. Yeah, you know that.
Oh, 7 o'clock my time.
Yeah, plus it's only going to be a couple hours, right?
Yeah. It'd be 5 o'clock your time and we'll be done 2 hours.
Oh, 5 o'clock my time? Oh, I'm definitely in for the first hour. I'll definitely be down for you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll be down until you hear the garage door pop.
Well, I tell you what, why don't I get you for the first hour, and then if you need me to, Hialeah can be there for the second.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. It's just an agreement I have with my wife.
But and the reason that I'm asking him to join me isn't because he's going to be selling stuff. I have found it's really helpful to have someone to bounce off of, as well as keep an eye on the chat while I'm focused on doing all the
talking comedy relief is what he's talking about. He's talking the comedy relief.
Disco.
So what I have, it'll be like this. I'll be selling stuff, and then there'll be one guy in a box
checking the
like
chat.
JB is talking, watching the chat, doing all that. So that's how I run my auctions. I generally don't do it with other people selling, mainly because that takes time away from me.
There you go.
Which sounds narcissistic, but it's just
hey, you're trying to make money, man.
If you're trying to make money, you can't be one of 9 people.
Well, that's why all those people that are on the ones with 9 people are on like 3 auctions a week.
You gotta be. You gotta be
in order to get through enough blocks.
No, but honestly, let's say I think one week I did 5 different auctions in a 7-day period. But in those 5 different auctions, I maybe had 25 lots total.
Yeah.
Over the course
total,
of
how much would you say you made total? Just rough estimate. In 25 lots in how
25 lots. I don't think it was all that great, to be honest with you. There was a lot of $20, $30 lots.
Would $500 be too much or too little?
No, I think it was over $1,000 in the course of a week that I brought back in. But unfortunately, I ended up spending that $1,000 the next week.
So you did 5 auctions.
Yeah.
You made $1,000. How many hours was each auction?
Too many.
Like you're looking like 4 hour. Let's say they were all 3-hour auctions, which is short. Like short.
Yeah, but guess what I did with that $1,000?
Yeah.
I bought books from Matt, the boy who had 7. I bought books from Mr. Let right here. I bought books from. It just went right back out. Shit, man! I swear.
So 15 hours total using his 3 hours per auction.
Yeah, 15 hours.
I have never made.
I got in all kind of trouble with the fam too, man. It was no bueno. It wasn't worth.
Doing an auction for only 2 hours by myself, I have never made less than $500 alone.
Nice.
For the one. So that's 2 hours.
Yeah, no wonder you're going into business.
Well, I didn't say I made $500 profit.
All right. Yeah, that's true.
I'm hopefully going to have better books, and I do them at deals.
I can't even look at a book as a profit now because I literally am just spending the money as fast as it comes back in.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I love helping people out too. So when I can get you a deal, I love it. Like, if you don't mind me telling people, I sold you.
You did. What'd you sell?
A Secret Wars 8 and an ASM 301.
Another Secret Wars 8.
Yeah.
Constantly chasing the Secret Wars 8.
How many have you went through, JB? How many
Secret Wars 8 in my life? Probably 15.
Yeah.
And still never got the 9.8.
And I still have a 9.8. Every time I think I get a 9.8 cannon, you look at it and go, what the hell? It's the back.
Yeah.
You got to look at the back of that book, man.
But the cool thing about that is I sold him those 2 books, those 2 keys. If you don't mind me saying, I think it was for what, $30?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
So I made a profit and he got a deal as well. So I love giving people deals where they have room if they need to sell something themselves.
Sure.
So
I dig it.
Yeah. His best was 300.
Yeah.
But he had a lot of dollars.
Bet on the guys. Yeah. Yeah, when you do now, think about this. When I do the when I was doing the pop-up shop, because the pop-up shop takes a lot of work, man. That thing was a 2.5 hour in the chair kind of ordeal, and you're talking about dollar books. You're talking about $12 per round. Yeah. You're talking about 10 rounds, and if you're all dollars, you took in $120.
If you moved them all.
If you sold them all.
You're just trying to move them, though. You're not looking for profit. You're looking to move.
Yeah,
books.
I was looking to get out of these books. I got to move these things.
Yeah.
Oh man, still fun as hell though, man. I had a good.
Yeah,
time
I agree with you. That's I'm in the process of getting the bigger type of books. Like what's at Erod is that $500 one, the Wolverine 1 limited series, 3 Silver Age books, 1 X-Men, 1 FF, 1 Avengers.
Nice.
So yeah, 1 book that's coming back hopefully this week or next week is Daredevil 4 from CGC.
Nice.
Very cool.
So yeah, I'm working on it. But yeah, so if you want to know the updates, they're at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
And I have an auction on the 31st. Looks like I'll have JB and Hialeah helping me out with that one.
There you go. 1
for 1 hour, 1 for the other. And hopefully I'll have almost all slabs.
That'd be crazy. That's awesome.
I'll do a preview video.
You gotta do a preview. Especially since they're all slabs, it's easy for everyone to look up what they
and that's another thing that I love to do, because I think it helps me out in the long run, even though not that many people tend to watch them compared to the actual auction. I love doing a preview video where I can show you what all I'm going to sell.
Well, then
what about the Instagrams?
That takes up too much time and too much work for me to post every little book where I can just show you.
Take the same video. Put the video up on the Instagrams, man.
Yeah, the video on Instagram. See, I'm still learning on how to do all that stuff. I'd have to figure that out, but it shouldn't be too hard.
You have someone right there that would tell you how to do it.
Yeah, we'll get the video up on Instagram, man.
Or I could do a video from Instagram. Just do it on Instagram Live.
There you go.
Yeah, good.
Do that too.
Kind of decent Wolverine books lately.
I did. I got a 1 in here somewhere.
7. No, I think I have 12 of those 50 pre-screens are Wolverine.
Are they all Wolverine ones?
Well, like 7 of them are.
Are you shitting me? Are they really?
Big Will's, JB, you have to understand, Big Will's actual goal, he never fully admits it, but his actual goal is to own every copy of that was ever made, have it pass through his hands and move along to somebody else.
Well, I mean,
There was a mark on it, like so he knows that it's been through his hands, so he knows he's had it.
it's not all the same cover. I mean, the 1 in 100 hidden gem variant, that's one of them.
Hey, got me.
I got a.
Thank you, Mr. Lett.
Yeah. How good a grade is that book?
It's actually looking pretty nice. I would probably put it in the
9.8.
no.
Oh, that's worthless.
No, there's probably. I mean, I don't know. These might be pressable defects. I don't see any color breaking spine ticks, but it's got about 4 or 5 spine ticks on it.
Yeah.
Hey, we got NYC going on.
Going on.
Hey, did I ever tell you the best deal on Wolverine 1 I ever made, and how the eBay deal wound up being a tragedy?
The tragedy of Wolverine 1.
I found a guy selling them for like $25 each, and he had you know how eBay have it where you have one item / how many they actually have, and you can choose, whether
you have the quantity. You go,
Well, he had like I think 16 copies, so I put in a buy it now offer for all 16 copies, and I put in the offer of $17. I think a piece I put in $15 a piece. He hit me with 20. I went back with like 17 and he sold them to me. So I got 16 copies of Wolverine 1. Like
$17. All of them passed through.
You've been making money on those for years.
And then he sends them to me. I open it up and it's just, they're all bagged, not boarded, shipped in a bubble mailer. So thankfully, I still got a few 9.8s out of that.
Okay.
I got a few things that I was able to give away out of that. One of them you bought from me.
I know I did.
There was one that was trash and one that had color touch that I couldn't see because at the time I didn't have a black light. But anyway, yeah. So with how prices have risen on Wolverine, I still am okay, but that was a bit of a tragedy.
Kavi NYC. How many subs is Kavi at? I think we got to get
800 something. That's gonna be like the whole thing. I'm gonna pick tomorrow tonight.
No, that's tomorrow. We're gonna put him into the tomorrow 1K push. We're officially starting the push.
Well,
we gotta start
tonight. That's the only thing I'm gonna bring up during tonight. Kavi the 1000.
That's going to be another goal for me.
Hashtag Kavi 1K.
Than Kavi.
And
DM,
JB. See that?
Yeah, hold on. I'm getting there, man. Can't multitask, you know. I've been drinking.
Anyway, yeah. So that was my story with Wolverines. And have you noticed how steady his books are for the most part? You look up the data on a Wolverine 1, the limited series or his ongoing, and put it on a graph like a GPA does. It's very steady. It's been rising a bit, but it's for the most part steady. So he's a good investment. I apparently subconsciously knew this already.
Man, I got a bunch of stuff. This thing's blowing up.
Might be a little tipsy, JD.
Sorry.
Celebration.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to run here.
Well, I was about to say we'll probably end this now. Thank you guys for joining me. Thanks everyone for let me talk over stuff and everything.
Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
No,
Can't wait to get you back on the channel. I got a guest tomorrow, I think, actually. I actually got a guest for the show.
You got a guest?
Oh, really?
I got a guest.
Wow.
Yeah. Should I keep it a surprise, or can I tell you? I don't know, man. He might back out if I say it.
There's only 8 people watching.
We'll just wait for the thumbnail, and then you'll see it on there. Okay. The reveal will be on the thumbnail.
The reveal.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching and everything. We'll see you guys later. I don't think there's anything to plug. JP's got his 1,000 sub celebration here
tonight,
in a couple hours, and JB's on all the freaking time. So just turn into his
all the time. So shit, man. Come on.
He's on somewhere.
Later, guys. Thanks again.